Once upon a time, my sister had a very strange dream. She had fallen asleep on the couch in our apartment, exhausted from a long day at school. As she drifted off into sleep, she found herself standing in front of the elevator in our building. Without thinking, she stepped inside and pressed the button for the third floor. The elevator began to rise. But as it did, she felt a strange sensation come over her. Suddenly, the doors opened, and she found herself in a completely different world. The third floor of our building looked nothing like the other floors. It was dark and dreary, with cobwebs hanging from the ceiling and a musty smell in the air. But that wasn't the strangest thing about it. As she looked around, she saw that the floor was populated by people who should not be there, the deceased residents of our building. At first, my sister was terrified, but then she started talking to some of the people there. They were friendly enough, and they started telling her about their lives and experiences living in the building. She spoke to an old man who had lived in the building for over 50 years, and he told her all about how it used to be. As she walked through the third floor, she felt a sense of peace and understanding. The dead residents were not scary or dangerous. They were just like everyone else, living their lives until the end. But then, something even stranger happened. As she was walking through the halls, she saw someone she recognized. It was Mr. Johnson, a neighbor who lived on the second floor. He looked just as he always did, but he shouldn't have been there. My sister asked him what he was doing on the third floor, and he looked at her strangely. "I don't know what you're talking about," he said. "I've been here all along." At that moment, my sister woke up with a start. It had all been a dream, but as she looked out the window, she saw an ambulance parked outside our building. She could see paramedics carrying a body on a stretcher, and she realized that it was Mr. Johnson. He had had a heart attack during the night and had passed away. My sister was stunned. Had she really seen Mr. Johnson on the third floor with all the other deceased residents of our building, or had it just been a strange coincidence?